I was going to see if y'all did it on your own, and you did. Thank you. We are building a culture of positive affirmations and encouragement. So to start, so each of you, including myself, do work in a very unique area. Could you talk about the characteristics of the community that you focus on organizing and what brought you to doing this work?
Hi, I'm Jazz, and I have no special qualifications to be doing what I do. I have no, I'm not qualified on paper to be doing what I do. I'm surprised that this is what I do with my life, actually. But I've always wanted to be of service in some way, and came from a family that was very service-oriented, or sort of had this mindset that if you are able to help, you should be, which makes so much sense to me. And when COVID hit, I was working as an event producer and in the music industry, and obviously didn't have a job anymore, and was trying to figure out, how am I going to support my kid, but how can I also do something that I think is impactful with my time, and didn't know what to do. And I just started making food and passing it out randomly around town, and then found out another musician friend of mine was also sort of doing it, and I was like, we should do it at the same time. We should go together. And then that snowballed into a woman saying, did y'all know that there's a camp that is now called the Esperanza community, but at the time was called Camp Rat, that has 200 people living in a parking lot with no resources. And I was like, no fucking way. Like, I had to go at this point out of pure curiosity to see if this is really what was happening. That is what was happening. It was like a very post-apocalyptic scene, just people living in piles of trash, basically. And it's been a steady incline since then of us becoming educated and figuring out are we qualified to do this? Like, can we be helpful? And we just started asking a lot of questions and asking the people that were there, how can we be helpful? What are the things that we need to bring? And it just sort of snowballed into us going once a week and then twice a week. And then by the time the storm hit in February 2021, we went 7 days a week and have been going 7 days a week for almost 2.5 years now. And so yeah, I think that's something that I'm really proud of. And I've done a bunch of these panels, and I'm always like the least qualified person on stage. I'm like, I dropped out of college. I did not do any of these things that these people do. But that's sort of what I'm most proud of about what we do, is trying to help normalize to the general public that you can be impactful, way more impactful than you think. Even if you don't have a master's or didn't serve on a board or whatever, making sure people understand that, like, no one on our staff, we're all musicians and photographers. We have 4 musicians, a photographer, and a BMX rider. So none of us are social workers. None of us have any previous experience serving food in this capacity, but we figured it out. And like, that's like the main message that I want people to take away from what we do, is just that we're overthinking it a little bit. And you can jump in and be impactful, like, as soon as we leave here today, actually, if you want to.